Greetings everyone and welcome back to my Let's Play of Skyrim. Now I left off on Elder Knowledge, in which I need to either go speak with Arngir or Esbern and find out where an Elder Scroll is. So yeah, as you can see I loaded a new mod, Tamriel Reloaded, and I bought a new sword. I figured it's not as great as my Lord of the Rings sword, but it's still pretty nice. So I'm gonna go with the Skyforge Steel, since they seem to favor it so much. It took a long time to load. I guess Tamriel Reloaded has a lot of textures, because it is changing all of Skyrim. And I've got my followers back,
I'm right behind you.
so it's nice to have my
I've
party.
Still here.
And wow, things look very different. I also turned down the saturation because everything was just too bright. So yeah. Anyway, I think our first stop will be with the Greybeards. Not that I entirely agree with them on the whole matter of how to be Dragonborn. Sitting up on a rock, just letting the world end. That's not cool. Why are you
I'm
here?
right behind you.
But the others are not. Where did my other followers go?
Still here.
Yeah, you are. Where are the others? Jeez. Here they come. I think I'm seeing texture glitches. Hmm. I don't know. I need to quit getting distracted. I have so many texture mods installed that I think they're clashing. I really need to tone it down some. Apparently they're not home right now. Where are you guys? I should have just started the video from here. Sorry for that extra footage. Unnecessary footage. I usually try to be considerate and
I know.
cut things out that
But don't you just want to
nobody
scratch
would want to
Vision's
see.
behind the ears?
So, you spoke to Parthenax. The dragon blood burns bright within you.
That
Did he
it
tell you
does.
what you wanted to know? Did he teach you the dragon rend shout? Well, so be it. If he believes it is necessary for you to learn this, we will bow to his wisdom. We have never concerned ourselves with the scrolls. The gods themselves would rightly fear to tamper with such things. As for where to find it, such blasphemies have always been the stock and trade of the mages of Winterhold. They may be able to tell you something about the Elder Scroll you seek.
Um, why are these things grayed out?
It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. Perhaps not. But this shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not stop it. If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end and be reborn.
But it's in human nature to fight.
Such blasphemies are the calling of mages, not followers of the way. Take your question to the College of Winterhold. They may be able to help you.
Yeah. And the blades will say the same thing.
The Blades were born of dragon-hating crusaders. They still carry that legacy, although they may not remember from whence it came. They carried out a genocide of dragons when they first came to Tamriel. And now, they will do it again. With your help. That may be what you were here for, Dragonborn. But stopping Alduin is one thing. Helping you wipe out dragons again is quite another. Dragons are part of the natural order of the world. The Blades thought to change the order to suit themselves by wiping out the dragons. But again, we see that the natural order will be restored one way or another. Perhaps we would have dragon allies against Alduin if the ancient Blades had not acted so arrogantly.
I don't know about that.
Sky, guard you.
Alduin seems to be controlling these dragons. So yeah, we'll see you guys at the Blades place over in Skyhaven Temple.
I'm right behind you.
So this is where the teleporting takes us.
Still here.
Here we are. Skyhaven Temple. And it looks like there are books to be read. Ramanda. I didn't mean to take that book. Well, I could learn the effects of the Elder Scrolls. Fascinating. Looks like I read everything else. That's pretty. Now where... There they are. Hello, Esbern.
Ah, you're back. I hope you've made some progress on tracking down this shout we need to defeat Alduin.
Sort of.
Ah, indeed. And there's a pretty puzzle. Not the kind of thing you'll find in your local bookshop. I'm sure you'll manage, though. Do you know the College of Winterhold? They have a deep interest in such arcana. Haven't you been paying attention to anything I've said? Only you can finally defeat Alduin and
Haven't we
avert the
already
end of the world.
exerted this dialogue?
If we can just find out what this dragon-rend shout is, you may have a chance. Or not. There's no guarantee with prophecy. Merely hope. Very good.
Well, it still points
Yes? What is it?
to him, but
Ready to move?
it's pretty obvious that we have nowhere to go but the College of Winterhold. Ooh, Blades gear. It's actually better than what I'm wearing. Well, as far as the armor is concerned anyway. Dang, it's heavy though. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna take it all. I am going to be a blade and be weighed down.
I'm right behind you.
Yes, I could use you to carry my stuff. This is gonna take a while. I'm gonna spare you guys. I don't know though. I kind of really like my Bosmer reinforced coif. So maybe I'll stick with that. I don't really like the Dwarven shield. It's kind of ugly. The ebony shield looks nice. I think I might actually stick with that instead of the Blades shield. Blades shield looks okay, but it doesn't do as much. I think these were only better because I upgraded them. There again, I think this is only better because I upgraded it. Plus, I enchanted it. So, I basically gave Sarah here a bunch of ingredients. So now it is off to the wrong room. Basically, it's the blades, armory, or whatever. Their barracks. A lot of stuff that I don't need. Who are you?
I see Delphine wasn't kidding when she said this place needed tidying up. That's what happens when you leave a home to dust and age. Although I think most of this mess can't be more than a week old.
You must be one of the interesting NPCs.
If I had to take a guess, I'd say it was Delphine herself that made it. Esbane's too bookish to be tossing things around on the floor like a skeever. Not that I'd ever cross Delphine. Oh no, a delicate flower like me has no business talking back to someone with such big feet. I'm bound to get trampled, and then poor Esbane wouldn't have anything to stare at. Well, other than that delightful little wall. Don't worry, child. I won't tell anyone about your secret club, and even more secret handshakes. Delphine said it wouldn't matter much if I did. You see, people say I'm a bit mad. Not mad as in talking to barnyard animals mad, but just mad enough to where no one believes a word I say. Like if I said a band of elderly dragon slayers were living in a secret temple behind a giant face. Who'd believe that? Maybe I would, but have you heard what people have said about me?
I think the Greybeards might believe you.
Well, for one, because she needs me. Someone has to wash all the pots and plates, sweep the floors, and change poor Esbane's sheets. And I owed her for letting me stay at her inn in Riverwood after I left my first husband. Or did he leave me? Sometimes I forget who did what. Delphine offered to put me up at half the rate. I didn't like it at first. Whole thing smelt fishier than a Thalmor's politics. Like most folks, I hid my gold for a rainy day. I did it hoping I'd never need it, but knowing I someday might. Only when that time came, I forgot where I put it. And by the time I remembered, I heard a dragon burn the city to the ground. That's why I don't really like dragons. Me and the folk here share that in common.
I see.
Oh no, I haven't taken the oath. You never want to take an oath, child. The person who gives it might whisper something at the end in a voice so low only the dogs can hear it. Right before you say, I do. Next thing you know, you've sworn an oath to be their personal love slave. Not a chance. I told myself the last time that was never happening again. Now, I'm not disparaging Delphine. She's a sweet young lady, but even sweethearts can be swayed by the allure of power over another human being.
Okay.
Of course it would. Otherwise, anyone could weasel their way out of an oath just by saying they didn't hear all the parts they didn't like.
That didn't.
Oh, it was a terrible oath. It was given to me by a priest of Mara who asked me if I wanted to be bound in love now and forever. There was no whispering, but there was trickery all the same, particularly when it came to the word bound. My husband at the time used this word quite liberally. He bound my wrists and ankles and bound me to the bed too, all in the name of love.
Really?
Well, there were shackles, whips, tongs, collars, cuffs, chains, gags, and muzzles, pokers, prodders, pincers, rods, ropes, and scrolls of paralysis.
Okay, I get the idea.
Most of all, there was pain. Lots and lots of pain. That's what I get for marrying an imperial torturer. But he had the kindest eyes. It really was a shame what happened to him at Helgen, but at least he died doing what he loved.
I think I met that guy, you know? Hmm. Uh, get it? I'm a jester.
But I don't know if they compare to actually having your wrists locked together with thick bands of rope.
Okay, that kind of cut off the sentence there.
I don't mean to be rude, but when you're my age, there's a lot of yourself to tell, and you're likely to fall asleep halfway through telling it. If I had to sum my existence up in a neat little recipe, I'd say I'm 1 ounce of grit, 2 teaspoons of optimism, and a dash of stubbornness. Not stubborn the way Esbern is about his beliefs, although I do find that attractive in some men, usually the handsome ones. But I'm only stubborn when it comes to habits. Can't give them up, which can be a problem, depending on the habit.
True story.
For instance, I used to grind my back teeth like some helpless schooner addict, but now I don't. Mostly on account of them falling out. That's how you kick a bad habit. It's like if you want to stop a horse. You ride it faster and faster until it drops dead. Not that I'd recommend ever riding horses. Never, I repeat, never trust anything that sleeps standing up.
Fair enough.
That's what they've told me. But seeing as I've never actually ridden a horse, I don't know if it'd work. But I could never muster up the courage to try, given that I weigh a couple of ounces soaking wet. Delphine said my only responsibility was to be myself. Seeing as I love food and have had a lifelong feud with dust, I mostly cook and clean. I did as much for Einethach when I was staying in Carthwaston, small town to the north of here. Used to be a big town, before all the business with the Forsworn. It'll take some time, but it'll grow back, like a lizard's tail, or an Argonian's. If I had a tail, I'd put a little bow on it. I could use it to sweep too, like having 3 arms and eyes in the back of your head. I'm glad you're here too, and if you don't mind putting a good word for me with Esbern, I'd appreciate it. He thinks highly of you, and I of him.
Okay. I think she has something for the old man. Oh, a bit of dialogue is missing. The subtitles are there. Interesting. Well,
Until next time.
we'll leave her to her endless cooking. I didn't mean to get out my sword. Jeez, how long did we spend talking to her? She had quite a lot to say. Then again, most of the interesting NPCs do. Ooh, I got a silver garnet ring. Elven gauntlets of eminent smithing. Interesting loot. Very interesting. Girl's red dress. Straw. Why would I want straw? Well, okay, I think I've checked all the chests. Now I believe I'm done. It's a lovely evening. And you know what I realized? I realized that we don't have...
I think I need a new pair of boots. Where should we go shopping? The market or the caves?
We don't have Vilja with us. So I need to go to Whiterun, I think, and find her. So we'll see you there. Well, Vilja wasn't in Breezecombe, so I would assume she's in, what's it called?
Alfred, patron of
The
the Great
band
Clan
there.
Battle Poem.
I ain't done nothing.
This is a local
Take a seat
favorite.
by the fire, and I'll send someone over.
There you are.
Ragnar the Red.
Hi there. I'm so glad to see you. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time. But why were you not at Breezehome? I thought I said that Breezehome was your home. How do I get you back? Of course it doesn't say anything like
But then he went quiet, red on red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you dream of me. Now I think it's high time that you lie down."
What's on your mind, friend?
So then came clashing and slashing steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal. And the braggart came back and was boastful no more.
oh, forget it.
When his ugly red head
Aren't you horribly afraid of those vampires? I am.
Who's got your back?
I'm so glad we're
Okay.
traveling together, all of us.
As the next
Now
man,
I'm
but
never
I'm no
really
fool.
afraid.
I
Not
don't
like I
live in the
used to be
past
earlier
like
on,
the
when I
great.
was alone.
Too many people talking.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I just knew you would say so.
Okay. Okay. I got... Well, I have too many followers.
I think Espen is quite an impressive fighter, given his
that's it for this part. In the next part, we will travel to the College of Winterhold. So yeah, till next time everyone. Take care and have a lovely day.